My name is Michael Krzyzewski, and this is a little insight behind the scenes of my final year project. From the start of this project, I was particularly interested in looking into procedural modeling techniques. This led me down a rabbit hole exploring different fractal patterns, wave function collapse algorithms, and L-system recursion. And this led me to conceptualize the first part of my project. How could I procedurally generate buildings as 3D assets to be used in animation? The toothpick pattern starts with a 2D line with start and end points. At each iteration, another line is drawn perpendicular to the previous line at each point. The 3D blockout is achieved by extruding the grid based on parameters such as primitive area and user-defined depth and slope values. The goal of the blockout is to give quick feedback on what the final shape of the building will be. To optimize the blockout for the Labs generator plugin within Houdini, I implemented a voxel remeshing technique to create a hollow quadrangulated polygon mesh. When creating the modules, I grouped different elements of the building, such as concrete, metal, and glass. And once the mesh is outputted, I'm able to separate the mesh into these different element types. I'm able to color each group separately. Then by using the same voxel-based remeshing technique, I'm able to transfer the color data from the primitives in the separated mesh to the primitives in the voxel remesh. The texturing then becomes a lot simpler, as I'm able to use these colors to mask out different parts of the textures. Within Arnold Render Engine, I'm able to export the vertex colors from that output color set and use those to drive the masks. The asset may be used in Houdini Engine with a simple, intuitive interface for user parameter input, allowing the user to customize the output shape as they desire. The animation pipeline includes many different stages, from pre-production to post-production. In pre-production, I had a few character SketchUps and a basic idea of what the animation sequence would be. The animating itself is all done by me, using Studio Library as a pose library for me to speed up my animation workflow. Some key outcomes from the rigging part of the animation included the facial rig for the robot character that uses a mesh network to distribute pixels in a grid shape and uses NURBS curves as color fall-offs to create the eye shapes for the robot character. The rigging process for both the human character and the robot character differs slightly. This emphasizes the difference between the humanness of the one character and the robotic nature of the robot. The robot is also able to skate around on wheels that are incorporated into the rig. I thought this was a fun characteristic that drew inspiration from using Heelys when we were younger. The overall animation process has been really enjoyable, and I'm continuing to polish and tweak certain things in post-production to bring both the building assets and characters together. I look forward to presenting the final outcomes of my FYP and hope you stick around to see the final product.